Hello, everyone, and peace of the Lord to all of you. Please invite your friends, and let us have some good time together today. When we ask the Muslims about what is unique about their God, they give us many things, and we find them, all of them, they are funny and really weird. But one of the most funny things we hear from Muslims that Allah is self-sufficient. If I want to make a study about self-sufficient, I can stay for, maybe for the coming 12 hours, showing you reference that Allah cannot be self-sufficient. But I will try today to give you a few verses from the Quran to show you that when a Muhammadan he say Allah is self-sufficient, the Muhammadan are self-stupid. If we go in the Quran, when we ask somebody what self-sufficient mean, they will say to you, he do not need anyone. Simple. Like, I do not need food. I do not need energy. I do not need help. I do not need servants. I do not need, I am self-sufficient. But if we look at the God of Islam, the description of self-sufficient, it doesn't make too much of progress, because we notice that everything Allah he did, he could not even do one thing by his own. As an example, if you ask the Muhammadan how Allah deliver Islam, they will say to you, he sent the angel Jibreel. Okay, why he cannot deliver it himself? They say to you, well, in Christianity, didn't God he send angels too? Is that because God in Christianity he is not self-sufficient? But here you notice that the Muslim they say that if God he sent somebody in Christianity, he is not self-sufficient. And in this case, we are talking about the Messiah. But if he send an angel, he is still self-sufficient. Are you with me? Here you see that the Muhammadan, they have zero honesty, and their logic is against their own logic. Because either you say self-sufficient mean that God do not need and he use nobody, he just himself. Or you can say, well, God he can use. He is self-sufficient, yes, but yes, God can, he can use the angels. God can send his son. Who is going to question God what he can do? So the Muslims, when they want, they just throw at you the word self-sufficient, but the second we start looking at it, we will find it's collapsing. And let us see some verses in the Quran to see how silly Islam is and how to prove that Allah is not really self-sufficient. If we go in the Quran and we do search, we will find that Allah in the Quran, he said, he cannot have a son unless he have a girlfriend. Well, how Allah is a self-sufficient, yet Allah is the same as any human being. He cannot have a child unless he have a girlfriend. That is not a statement of somebody is self-sufficient. Self-sufficient then is my God. My God do not need to have a wife in order to have a son, because he is self-sufficient. Your God, in order to have a son, he cannot do it by his own. He have to have a girlfriend. And you will notice here with me that the God of the Muhammadan, he himself is questioning the ability. It's not me. If you read with me, and this is the Muhammadan translation, not my translation, he is saying, how can he, and here the funny, Allah speak about himself, he keeps saying he. And the Muslim, they say to you, yeah, he speak, say he. There is a reason for that. But anyway, this is not our topic for now. The originator of the heaven and the earth. And I want you to focus with me in this part. So he's what? According to the Quran, he is the originator of the heaven and the earth. All right. How you say in the beginning, in the first line, that he is the originator of the earth and the heaven, and then you speak about something way easier, which is having a son, saying, how can he have a son when he have no girlfriend? And here we notice right away that the author of the Quran, he is suffering from a low IQ. He is not questioning how Allah can originate earth and heaven. The God of Islam is questioning how he can originate a child. Are you with me? So it is very possible for Allah, according to the stupid Quran, to originate the heaven and the earth. But it is impossible for the self-sufficient to have a baby child without a woman. Which means he cannot be the originator of the earth and the heaven. Because creating the earth and the heaven is way more, massive and scary. I mean, we are talking about all the space, the stars, everything you see in this, what you see and what you don't see. Actually, what we see from the space is nothing compared to what we don't see. So, how in the world that the first part, which is the massive creation, scary creation, is easy? I mean, he is the originator. Look how smooth it is. He is the originator of the earth and the heaven. How can, and look, who is the one using the word how? Is that the Christians? No. This is Allah himself. Allah is saying the word how. Allah is saying the word can. Allah is saying the word he. How can he? This is not something you say to somebody is self-sufficient. It's like saying, how you can have electricity without generator. But this is, you can say to somebody, he is not self-sufficient. Right? He depends on something else. So here we see that Allah, he depends on having a woman. And remember, in Islam, woman, she is a weak creature. So Allah suddenly, he is equal, half with the women. Because he cannot do anything without the women. And maybe actually in this scenario, the woman, she is more productive because the man, he deliver only a semen and the rest is from the women. I mean, the woman, she feed the baby. The whole process of growing the baby is in the women. So how in the world this a statement of someone is self-sufficient? Did we take a note, guys? This is a chapter 6, verse number 101. Can refute any Muhammadan, doesn't matter how big, how small he is, that Allah cannot be self-sufficient. Now, if the Muhammadan, he might say to you, Allah don't mean it. Huh? You see, the Muhammadan, he just said that Allah, the self-sufficient, he cannot self-explain himself, and he made it wrong. So he is self-sufficient to the point he cannot be self-sufficient to explain what he is saying, and he is not self-sufficient in the Arabic. And he is using the wrong Arabic, which is leading to wrong meaning. Because the word is so clear. How can he have a child if he don't have a girlfriend? If he's just saying, I don't have a child and that's it, okay, he don't have a child. But he gave us a reason why he cannot have a child. You see, I'm not the one who used the word can and cannot. It's your stupid Quran. So when your God, Harry Potter, say how can he, then how in the world can he be self-sufficient? Are we done with this one? Let us go to other verse. I hope you took a note. This is chapter 6, verse 101. Chapter 6, the chapter of Al-An'am, animals, verse 101. Take a note, please.